Hi guys, welcome to my contribution towards the Adaptation Tag. In true Mel style, I'm very late to the party on this one. This tag is about 3 or 4 months old, but stuff. I didn't know about it until now. I'm going to do 4 videos, the first being a book that I think deserves the film treatment. Now, I just tossed up about this one because I think it would make an equally good, if not better, miniseries. But seeing as there has already been a very well-known and popular horror series, sort of like an anthology series, on similar themes to the ones in this book, I thought, no, I'll change it to a movie. I still maintain it could be either. But that book is Geek Love by Katerine Dunne, one of my favourite books of all time. It centres on the family of a freak show couple. Basically, these two, this guy grew up in a family that ran their own freak show, and he fell in love with a geek named Crystal Lil. And a geek in the olden days was a term used for a beautiful woman who bit the heads off live chickens for entertainment. Now, Crystal Lil was, the love of his life, and they saw the freak show deteriorating in audience numbers as well as quality, and so they got together and decided that they would give birth to their own freak show. So with each subsequent pregnancy, Crystal Lil was fed radiation, certain psychotropic drugs, fertilizer, I think at one point. I can't remember now, it's been a while since I read it, but she was fed all these things in order to give birth to freakish children. 4 of the pregnancies are successful, but several others aren't, and the ones that aren't, the ones that die, before they can be made anything of, are kept in jars as a kind of an exhibition in the freak show. That alone just had me thinking, wow, that's amazing. Creepy but amazing. Anyway, the children they give birth to all turn out to absolutely just exceed their wildest expectations, particularly their oldest child, Arturo, who is born without traditional limbs. He's born essentially with fins, and he can swim like a fish. Their second child, they're twins, are Siamese twins who play piano like concert pianists, and they draw in the crowds that way. The third child is the disappointment of the family, for a while anyway, Olympia, who is merely a midget, an albino hunchback dwarf. So, not all that cool in the freak world. So she's relegated to MC sort of status and showrunner kind of thing. She grows up absolutely obsessed and in love with her older brother. That ends as disastrously as you might expect. Then they have their last child, Fortunato, who appears completely normal. So they are on the verge of giving him up, and then they find out the hard way that he is more gifted than any of them. And they try to use this gift to their advantage, but it just fails miserably every time. And so this poor little boy grows up being the disappointment or the pity one of the family, and but anyway, it's basically it's a family drama, but it's really grotesque and creepy, and in parts funny. Very wittily written and intelligently written. It's just gorgeous. I fell in love with it from page 1, and I think it would make a brilliant movie. I can't think who I'd want to direct it. I would say Tim Burton, but you know, the freak thing with Tim Burton, it's been done to death, and he injects his own style into it, which is lovely, but this has its own particular style, and I don't think it should be tampered with. I really don't. Maybe Gus Van Sant. That'd be kind of cool. Or Joss Whedon. But yeah, anyway, it is such a good book. I cannot recommend it highly enough. I think just about everyone I've recommended it to has just managed to get about 3 chapters in and said, what is wrong with you? But you know, that's me in a nutshell. I have crazy ass taste in literature. But yeah, it is such a good read. It's just brilliant. And I mean, it made her the sensation of the literary world in the 80s for a while there. And with good reason for a change. You know, unlike the V.C. Andrews and Jackie Collins of the time, you know, who were sensational just for putting out smutty soapy crap, basically, Katerine Dunne put out a brilliant piece of fiction, and an utterly beguiling piece of fiction as well. I mean, there is no character in this thing that goes unexplored. Even the minor characters, the so-called background characters, have their time in the sun. It's just, yeah, it's the most brilliant thing I've ever read in my life. It's basically the most fun I've ever had being grossed out. And there are some pretty gross things in this. Ugh. But yeah, I cried at the end. I mean, it's so tragic, but it's funny. It's everything you want in a story. And I can't recommend it highly enough. Who should star in it? I have no freaking idea, because I can't imagine anyone brave enough to take it on. I don't know. I can't picture anyone who'd be brave enough to take it on. Maybe Helena Bonham Carter can be Crystal Lil. She'd be pretty good. But I'm a huge fan, so I'm biased. But anyway, yeah, it's called Geek Love by Katerine Dunne. You can still buy it. It's all over the internet. I don't think it's ever been out of print to my knowledge, which is huge for it's basically a cult read. It's not really a huge bestseller. So yeah, get your hands on a copy of Geek Love by Katerine Dunne. And if there are any filmmakers watching, please, someone write a screenplay about this. Beat me to it. Because I've tried and I really can't do it justice. It's just so amazing. Anyway, I will see you next week with part 2 of my contribution to the Adaptation Tag. And it is the graphic novel contribution. I've got 2 choices for this, actually, because I couldn't split them. So yeah, I will talk to you then.